At Life Hack Coaching, we help women over 35 to balance hormones naturally, boost metabolism, and lose weight sustainably. Today's guest is one of absolute rock stars, Kay. She came into coaching feeling stuck, frustrated, and honestly just tired of doing all the right things and still not seeing results. But fast forward 16 weeks, or actually it's been 12 weeks, I think. It's not even 16 yet. And she's down over 10 kilos. She pretty much reached her goal that she set at the start. And no, she didn't starve herself. She didn't train like crazy. She ate more, moved smarter, and finally understood what her body actually needed. So this is one of those stories that reminds you why real changes doesn't come from cutting carbs or doing crazy HIIT workouts 7 days a week. It's about learning, also unlearning, and backing herself. And Kate did exactly that. So let's unpack how she did it, what changed, and what life feels like now on other side. Hi, Kate.
Hello.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. Your story can be very motivating and empowering for some women that feeling stuck and not sure where to go from here and what to do. So let's go back to the start. What made you to reach out? Like, what was your turning point and what were you struggling with?
So I think my turning point was sort of realizing that I felt out of control in a way. Things that were working in the past weren't working anymore. I think having gone through the throes of perimenopause, which really helped me understand that with your program as well. Your body's completely different. It's changed. I was probably the heaviest I'd been for a long time and just really unhappy mentally, physically. And I just needed to do something. And I know I respond well to being told what to do, or having guidance and having someone to keep me accountable. So I knew I needed something in that way. So that's kind of why I started. And I came across yourself and we had a catch up and it was just perfect. It was just everything I needed. You covered everything off. And then we started with a bang straight away, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And you've been having amazing results. So before the coaching, before we started working together, what did normal day look like? Like food, movement, mindset?
Yeah. So probably food, not much thought put into food as a nutritional value, I guess. Like eating the things that I thought were good for me, like looking at quick and easy things that were like low fat or, not really putting much thought into, the nutritional content. I was kind of an afterthought really, food, just to get myself fed. Movement, pretty much not moving at all. Again, that was just put on the back burner, just a second thought. I've got 2 kids, I've got a job, I'm busy. I'm not prioritizing it, I guess, and not really, and then that's insane. Thinking if I don't change anything and I don't put any thought into it, that I'm going to feel happier or get to the results I want. So, and looking back at that, it's crazy. And then what was the other one? Mindset. Yeah, I definitely wasn't happy with how I looked. I didn't like photos being taken of me, didn't like looking in the mirror, that type of mindset. And also just didn't feel like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just felt really uncomfortable in myself. But I definitely, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Looking back now, I really didn't put any thought into, how I was treating myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How's it different? Like what's different, like food-wise, for example?
Food-wise, I think about what I'm putting into my body and I think about what it's going to give me, like thinking, when we catch up, you're like, this week, this is our focus or this is our focus. So thinking when I'm eating a meal, what is a portion of my protein? Oh, I need to add some more vegetables to that, or I need to add some better things. Oh, I don't have enough protein. Right. I need to have additional protein with that, have a shake or whatever I need to do. It's putting a lot more thought into what I'm going to get from the food rather than just putting food in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's interesting as well. I just thought of it like today, we reduced your calories last week to give the big push to get you to hit your goal. And it's actually backfired, right? You didn't really lose much weight compared to what you've been losing. You lost a few grams, which maybe you just ate less for dinner type thing. So now this week we're going to be focusing on going up in calories, because clearly eating less doesn't mean equals weight loss. Sometimes it's opposite for some people. And you also told me that you've increased your workouts this week. So your body went into like, hold on, now I'm having like massive deficit. Like, what are you doing?
I think that's a real piece that was a bit of a mind fuck as well, like if I can say that. Is the eating more. Like I've been eating more than I ever would have in the past. Like I remember when I first started, I remember the first week, I was like, I can't eat this amount of food. Like, but I wasn't eating enough before. Clearly, I definitely wasn't eating enough before. So, and you'd educated me on that, and understanding that, that my body was living in a stress state, that it was, holding on to everything because it didn't know when it was next going to get fed or what it was going to get fed. So I think eating more was just a real mindfuck for me. Like it was just like, what? I'm eating so much. And it used to take me so long to eat breakfast when I first started. I remember it would take me like 40 minutes to eat breakfast. I mean, now I can, the volume of food is the biggest thing that I think, just because we're so used to, the dieting, like starving yourself essentially, right?
Yes.
And thinking that's going to help you lose weight. And it was, you can eat more and you're just eating the right stuff essentially, So yeah, that was the biggest hurdle, I think, for me. Whereas now it's just normal, right? Like that's just how I eat now. Yeah. I was like, and I think it's what this program has set me up for is I didn't do it as like, this is just a diet. Like this is just how I eat for the next 16 weeks. This is how I eat now, like this is how I will eat into the future, because I see the results. I feel the results. It's not even just seeing it. I feel so much better. Like I sleep better, it's because I'm nourished. Like I'm giving my body what it needs.
Yeah, because one of your goals, like, yes, your goal was to lose weight, to get to a certain weight, but the other goal that you had, and the reason you joined the program, is because you wanted to manage your perimenopausal symptoms better. And so would you say that changed?
100% that's changed. I think following in the fact for that I'd taken steps, with my doctor, and I went on hormone replacement. And I think this change in my lifestyle with this program has changed my life. Like I just feel completely different. And you gave me the analogy, and I think it's perfect. And I've said it to so many friends, where it's like I felt like I was living with a veil over me before. Like I didn't feel like myself. I had crazy brain fog. I wasn't sleeping, all of it. And I think everything has changed now. Like I feel more like myself, I feel back to my old self. I'm clearer. As I said, I sleep better. I'm eating way better. And I find that if there are colds or whatever come into the house, I'm recovering way quicker, like it's just been a game changer, essentially. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And so how would you say your relationship with your body and the food shifted in the last for 12 weeks? I keep saying 16 weeks, but it hasn't been a
not yet. My relationship with food's completely changed. As I said, I think about what I'm eating a bit more and think about what I'm going to get from it, rather than, just, I don't know, binging or eating stuff that I shouldn't have. I think to myself, what's this going to give me? And is this going to sustain me throughout the day? Is this going to give me the energy, rather than just chucking food in my mouth? So my relationship with food's completely changed. And as I said, it's not just for this program. This is just how we eat. And my husband's eating the same way, like the whole household has benefited from it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, with my body, I definitely, I can physically see the changes. And I think I looked at my starting photo and my face just looks completely different, like a different person. I think. And that was also like not just weight, but I was puffy and I was inflamed from, what I was probably putting in my body before and how I was looking after myself. The physical changes in my body, I can see the difference. I can feel the difference. I can wear the clothes that I had sitting there going, oh, maybe one day I'll get back into those. And I have. And, I can look at myself in the mirror and be proud now.
Yeah.
Whereas before I didn't particularly like what I saw back. Yeah. And I know I'm still on the journey, but I'm happy where I am and I'm happy seeing the progress. So yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. So what would you say to the version of yourself that was scared to start? Or any other woman who are not sure or feeling stuck? Yeah.
I just think I wish I'd done it sooner in hindsight. Again, beautiful thing. But I just think just do it. Like the investment in yourself is worth it. How you're going to feel, how your your mindset's going to change, just everything. It's just don't sit there and think, oh, I'll wait, I'll do it. I think just do it.
Yeah.
You're going to feel so much better. And I think looking back 12 weeks to where I am now, I am 100% happy with where I am now.
Yeah.
And it's, as I say, like the weight loss has been amazing, but it's the mental piece that's been amazing for me, the mindset, the feeling like myself again. It's been even commented on at work, like my mood, I've got more energy, and my partner, husband says the same thing. That to me is the piece that has just blown me away, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's so good. It's amazing how people underestimate what food actually does to their bodies or their mind. It's 90 to 95% serotonin is actually made in your gut. So if you think it like that, serotonin is a hormone that's responsible for us feeling happy. So if you're feeling shit, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling off, chances are you're just not making enough serotonin. And if it is in your gut, then it just shows the direct impact of food, of what you're eating is, they say, oh, you are what you eat. Yes. And it's not just about the scales. It's about how you feel, how you perform, how you sleep, all of that. So food and exercise, I think two biggest things that make big difference. And I know with myself as well, because I have ADHD. And when I went first in perimenopause, I was having anxiety and panic attacks. And I didn't take any medication. That's just a route that I decided for myself. And I have nothing against people that do take medication, but it wasn't for me. And what worked for me is reduce sugar, eating enough protein, eating regular foods. Even when you have anxiety, you don't want to eat. And I remember there were a few days where I didn't eat at all. And I lost like 2 kilos in 2 days or something stupid. I was like, wow, that's good for weight loss. But then, it's not looking after yourself, but exercise for me daily, even if it's just daily walks, because I couldn't do HIIT classes or any cardio, it just would spike my anxiety even more. But walking daily, having sauna, eating enough protein, no alcohol, reduce sugar, making sure I go sleep on time. And of course, I was taking like herbs, ashwagandha, 5-HTP, magnesium, vitamin D, zinc, and magnesium, and B complex as well. So all of that made such a big difference. And every time I think, oh, I just want to eat whatever junk, I'm like, how's it going to impact me? I don't want to go back to that place that was a very dark place. Like, I don't want to go back and into that state. Like, I do not want to be there. So every time it's kind of like a reminder, like, okay, cool. You need to nourish your body. You need to make sure, yes, you want to have an ice cream, eat your ice cream, but make sure you have your protein. Make sure you have all the other good things. Make sure you go for a walk. Make sure you have a sauna. Don't forget the basics. Like, and for you, when you are at your perfect weight now that you are at, we're still working. So we're still going to push a little bit.
We'll see. The goals
We're going to push a little bit more, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But once you are at your perfect happy weight, you can live 80-20, where 80% of the time you eat healthy. And then 20% of the time you can bring those treats if you want to into your life. But it's amazing how our society changed so much that eating healthy considered a diet. Yeah. It's crazy because it's not a diet. This is literally how you mean to eat and what you mean to eat. You're supposed to eat proteins. You're supposed to eat vegetables. You're supposed to eat fruit, whole grains. And yes, some people can tolerate dairy, others can't. Some people can tolerate glucose, others can't. And it's individual thing. But we shouldn't be grabbing things that come from the packet that has lots of preservatives and additives and coloring and lots of different things that impact our hormones and how we feel and our gut health. So, yes, you're more than welcome to go back to eating how you were eating, but what was it doing to you prior?
What was the benefit of it before? But I think that's also it's like a convenience thing, you know what I mean? And it, as you say, the diet piece, that's the piece that I kind of took out my head. Like, it's not a diet, it's a change, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
How I put it is I'm prioritizing myself. I'm prioritizing my health, and not only for me, but for my family. And so actually doing those meal prep days and getting everything ready, and being prepared for the week, it's much easier, and you're not thinking too much really because you've done all that hard work. So yeah, I don't know. As I say, I've just not treated it like this is just a program I'm doing for this period of time. It's like, this is just how I eat now. So yeah.
But interesting you said about convenience, right? Grabbing stuff for convenience. Well, okay, I've been in that place too, grabbing stuff for convenience, and you can go and buy like, I don't know, nut bar or chocolate or convenient, right?
Yeah.
But convenient could be grabbing a fruit. Why are we not getting fruit?
Yeah.
Why are we going for chocolate bar,
Yeah.
right? Like, yes, it's gonna get a fruit just as convenient, but it's addiction as well. It's addiction to sugar. It's addiction to the fats and the flavor and all of this yummy stuff in it.
All the yummy chemicals they put in there for us.
And I know when I go through stages, because all of us, and like it doesn't matter what nutrition coaches say on social media, whatever, every human go through stages where they eat shit. Like they go and binge on something, right? Like whatever they shouldn't be or normally don't eat. And I know if I eat terribly, I don't know, like for example, Christmas, right? You overeat, you eat lots of cherries, you eat some desserts and whatever. And then it's really hard to get back on eating clean after that, because you're so used to, like, your body adjusts real quick to this taste and flavors, and it wants that, it craves that. And then when you start eating salads and vegetables and fruits and proteins, then you don't enjoy it at the start because it doesn't have enough flavor in it, or it doesn't have enough taste in it. But then if you go and eat clean for a long period of time, and then you eat chocolate or ice cream, it's like, oh, that's really sweet. It's too much. It's too much flavor. But if you carry on having that too much, then it becomes normal. Then you adapt.
It is again. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's hard again to get back on track. Yeah. So it's like a trap.
It is. I had Easter through this as well, but I actually, I mean, I'm not a huge chocolate person anyway. I wouldn't have reached for chocolate, but chips definitely every time. But I had a taste, and I was like, oh my God, this is so sweet. Like, this is crazy. And I didn't actually have that much because it was, I was used to eating that way. My taste had changed.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's interesting. But I get that if you just keep eating that way, you'd just go back to it. But
So would you say, I get quite often where people have consultation and go, oh, I'm going to be back. I'll join in like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2 months, whatever, because I've got birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, whatever happening. Would you say it's better to wait, or would you say it's better to start and go through those challenges with a coach?
I think just do it straight away. I think if you keep putting it off, I know myself, I'm the worst procrastinator. And so I would just be like, I'll do it after this thing, I'll do it after this event, or I have this coming up, and then I'll do it. Whereas I think we'd discuss and you're like, let's go. And I was like, yep, I have to do it. Like, let's go. And it was the best thing. Almost not having time to fully go. Like, I thought about it. I'd already got to my point, like, I'm going to do it. But then it was just like, just do it. And it was, that for me, that was the best way. I think if I had said, oh, I'll come back in contact in a few weeks, it would have just kept getting pushed out. Yeah. And I'd probably be sitting here, and not started, So for me, it was just like, just do it. Just get in there and do it. And it wasn't, I think your approach is fantastic, as in it's not like go hard and fast. Like you give the education, you give why things are happening. And it wasn't like this huge, right, day one, you're out there, I'm going to get you doing high intensity. This is not going to, like it was really easy to start, if that makes sense. It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't anything like that. It was, the starting, I think the hardest part, as you say, is just saying, yes, do it. And I just think having that hesitation or putting any delay on it is just gonna, you'll find excuses if that, you always do. I think that's just life. So when you were like, let's do it, let's start tomorrow, I was like, yep, let's do it.
And we start tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say let's start tomorrow, it means you're lucky I've got a spot in my calendar to start tomorrow. So those people go, how soon can we start? And I look at the calendar and go, where can you do 9:30 p.m.?
Because the right timing where it was starting the next day. It was like, okay. And I just think the whole process of starting, it was just that saying yes, is the thing. And then it was just easy. It was just easy from there on in. You guided everything through. I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt like I was getting taught as I went along, to understand why the changes were, why we were making these changes, and supported through everything. So yeah, it was amazing. It's been amazing.
That's good. good. That's
Yeah.
good. Well, you're still not off the
The
hook.
sun absolutely glaring on me. God.
That's okay. Get some vitamin D. Get your face out there.
Yes. Yeah.
It's vitamin
Yes.
D. It's good. It's good. Anyway, you're not off the hook yet. We still got time. We're still working. Still got, even though you got to your goal, we still got way to go.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your story. It will be definitely very beneficial for a lot of women that are not sure or feeling stuck or believing there's no solution. There is always solution. You just have to find what works for your body. And that's what we did here, right? Well, thank you so much, Kate.
No worries. Thank you.
If you have any questions about this podcast or about hormones, weight loss, or just healthier lifestyle, please go to our website at lifehackcoaching.co.nz or feel free to email me directly, Anastasia@lifehackcoaching.co.nz.